The M60 electric sedan packs serious power, but its endurance raises questions that could jeopardize its M badge, and we're not talking about its range. The 2024 BMW i5 M60 xDrive has plenty of muscle and speed, but it's hard to get as excited about the rest of the car when compared to other 5 Series models, electric or not. After driving 2 versions of this performance sedan, its reserved road manners overshadow its powerful presence. Depending on your driving expectations, this could be a good or bad thing. The i5 lineup offers comfort and vault-like quietness, but is the M60's added motor and horsepower worth it? The performance numbers tell a story. With a total output of 593 horsepower and 586 lb-ft of torque from its front and rear motors, a significant bump from the rear-drive i5 xDrive 40's 335 horsepower and 295 lb-ft. The M60 rockets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.4 seconds and hits 124 miles per hour in 11.5 seconds. These stats are impressive for a 5,266-pound sedan, but are they enough to keep the M name strong? After all, BMW's heritage is built on the ultimate driving machine, not just drag strip heroes. And that's where the i5 M60 struggles. It's fast, but not quite as thrilling in the corners. Digging deeper into the driving experience, we had the chance to test 2 i5 M60s. One equipped with a $3,600 dynamic handling package, which adds Adaptive M Suspension Pro, active roll stabilization, and rear-wheel steering, and one without. Both were put through their paces on MotorTrend's signature figure-8 circuit, and despite different testing locations and drivers, the conclusion was the same. This car is heavy, and it shows. Each of us logged a solid first lap, but performance faded quickly. Usually, after a couple of warm-up laps, cars find their groove, but nearly 5,300 pounds is a lot to manage through corners and under braking. The i5 M60 turns indecently, but understeer creeps in before transitioning to a bit of oversteer, though not predictably enough to drift with confidence. However, the dynamic handling package does make a difference. Without it, the i5 M60 ran a 25.2-second lap with a 0.82 G average on the figure-8 circuit and a 0.88 G average on the skid pad. With the upgraded suspension, those numbers improved significantly. A 23.9-second lap with a 0.86 G average and a 0.96 G average around the skid pad. This puts the M60 in proper performance car territory, but it's still not what you expect from something with the M badge. Tires. The unsung heroes or villains? Let's talk about tires. The i5 M60 shares its tires with the less powerful xDrive 40, despite having nearly double the horsepower and torque. Why not equip it with higher performance tires to match its muscle? The answer lies in the balance between performance and practicality. Grippier tires would undoubtedly improve handling, but they would also hurt range and comfort, 2 critical factors for an electric car. The tires used on the M60 prioritize low rolling resistance to maximize range, but that comes at the expense of grip, especially during hard driving. While this might not affect everyday driving, it's noticeable when pushing the car to its limits. Range and charging. The practical side. Speaking of range, the i5 M60 is rated for 240 miles by the EPA, and in MotorTrend's real-world testing, it managed 247 miles at a constant 70 miles per hour. The rear-drive xDrive 40, in comparison, gets an EPA-rated 270 miles and achieved 268 miles in the same test. While the difference is only about 20 to 30 miles, it could be the deciding factor between making it to a charger or scrambling for a working one. Charging the M60 is fast, though. With an 84.3 kilowatt-hour battery, it can go from 5% to 80% in just 27 minutes on a 350 kilowatts DC fast charger. That's impressive and makes long trips more manageable. The real-world driving experience. Our complaints about the i5 M60's handling and lap times don't translate as strongly to everyday driving. However, there's one recurring issue with modern BMWs: the steering. Even in sportier drive modes, The steering feel remains disconnected, which is disappointing in a car with this much power. The M60 feels more controlled than its gas-powered siblings, but it still doesn't deliver that engaging, tactile experience that many BMW enthusiasts crave. The i5 M60 offers a smooth ride, whether you opt for the dynamic handling package or not. The rear air springs provide a balanced mix of comfort and responsiveness. While the M60 excels on highways and in city driving, it's not the best choice for twisty canyon roads. Its light steering and hefty weight don't make for a dynamic duo. Final thoughts. With a starting price of $85,275, our test model hit $94,825 with options. The i5 M60 xDrive sits firmly in luxury sedan territory. It's fast, comfortable, and technologically advanced, but it's not the razor-sharp performance machine some might expect. The launch control is thrilling, and it excels in straight-line speed, but in corners, the M60's bulk holds it back. Ultimately, if you're seeking an all-electric thrill ride, the i5 M60 offers plenty of power, but its capabilities may leave you questioning whether it's worth the premium over the eDrive 40, which offers better range and a more balanced driving experience.